Alrighty. It is Tuesday. And we are heading from Orange to Irvine, starting on the Santiago Creek Trail. It's about 5:45 a.m. We're gonna do this little hill bomb. Got a beautiful moon. So I think it was a calendar full moon last night. They call it, I don't know what they call it, super moon, something like that. We got a guy that's gonna pass us right now. We got a super biker behind us. All right, got you, buddy. Thanks. Dude's in shorts and a shirt, man. Jeez, it's cold. I would not be doing that. Good day, mate. Good day. That guy's aerodynamic. Alright, we're going to do a homeless count today. So we got one. Freezing. Poor guy. I need to start bringing, this winter I'll bring some jackets. And so I'll start passing out supplies. I'll be helping some folks out on my way to work. Just letting that guy get ahead of me. Gotta ride slow until I finish my morning monster. So yeah, I had to take the day off yesterday to work on my car. What were we doing? Oh, we went to the block on Saturday to get the kids' school clothes. Well, not clothes necessarily. We ended up getting a little bit of clothes, but we actually had to get my oldest son some shoes. He was the last one on the list. So he picked out a pair of Adidas Sambas. So they're kind of cool shoes. Anyway, so we were driving. So that's probably only like 5 miles away. But it was a pretty hot day, so then we came back into our neighborhood and then realized we needed food. So we decided to get a budget lunch/dinner. So we went to Little Caesars, which is next to what we call the mini Target. And then I smelled antifreeze, and then I looked at the temperature gauge and it was almost redlining. So I rolled down the window, shut the car off, and looked under the car, and all the coolant was gone. I was underneath the car, massive puddle. And the whole irony is that, well, I don't know if it's an irony, but I was thinking, like, right now we have to figure out, we have to move, maybe. We've been trying to contact the property manager for 3 weeks and they haven't responded to negotiate a lease. Man, that guy smelled like weed, hardcore. So I was thinking, like, well, you know, even though, like, you know, it's stressful to have to move and it's so expensive and we don't have the money to move. So aside from all that, I was, at least, you know, we have a reliable car that's decent, you know. And then, yeah, and then that happened. Which is, you know, it's just, that's what happens when it's hot. You know, I don't know how many miles are on the car, but stuff wears out, you know. Anyway, so it ended up being the heater hose, the inlet, on a 2016 Chevy Traverse. So the line is, you know, I don't know a lot about cars, but you have to take so they're way in the back behind the motor, so you have to take that little intake pipe off, and then the air filter cover, and then you can reach back there, and the inlet is actually on the bottom. So there's two lines that go into the heater core, I guess it's called, into the back, and they're probably 2.5, 3 inch, no, probably 3 inches at center from each other, and they're probably, you know, not even 3/4 inch lines, probably 5/8 lines, and the two come out, and then there's T's. One goes this way, or two of them go down in a 90 into quick connects into metal lines, and then the two go in this direction into the cooling system with quick connects, but it's behind everything. And they're where they tee off, they're plastic. So the tee had broke, and when it broke the quick connect. So on the bottom one. And the quick connects have these two little tabs that you have to push in, and then you pull the fitting off the tube. So the first challenge was getting the tube off the heater core, which is a clamp. So luckily my neighbor he's a mechanic, and he has a bunch of tools. So he had a bunch of tools where I could get back there, and, you know, it has those type of clamps where you squeeze them and you pull the hose clamp back. And so that wasn't too, you know, it was challenging to get back there, but I was able to do it. And then the quick connect, you know, it's plastic and it's been hot, so that was a little bit difficult to get off the 90. Yeah, but I was like, okay, this isn't too bad. But the other quick connect, you just cannot get down there. My hand could barely fit fit down in there. So he has these, my neighbor had these pliers that were like, have little hooks around them so that I could has these little hooks along, and they're probably like that long, so I could reach all the way back behind the intake and try to reach those little clips. Man, it took me probably, I don't know how long, it took me probably 4 hours to get that hose off, you know. So much that I had to take the day off yesterday to fix it. I started working on it, so this would have been Sunday, not Saturday. So I started working on it on Sunday night. And then the hose assembly, it's like, it was 186 plus tax, so it was like $200. So I got that fixed finally. Got it filled with coolant, using my bike to go back and forth to AutoZone. Now I gotta add some oil to the car when I get home and then cross our fingers. But I did run it. But we have a small oil leak too. So I could tell the oil was low just because the way the motor sounded. I didn't check the oil, but I know, I can just tell. So I don't know how much, you know, I know that a mechanic could have done it faster, way faster, but I would have had to have it towed. But to get home from Little Caesars and Target, you know, I started the car. There was probably still a little bit of water in there. The temperature had gone down. I drove it until a little bit of an increment before it redlined. Then I stopped, let it cool down, dumped a gallon of water in it, drove it another mile, stopped in the shade, dumped some more water in it, drove it, and then got it to the house. So it was pretty interesting. I'm freezing right now. I don't know how that dude was driving without I know how that dude was riding his bike in a spandex shorts and a t-shirt. My God. I forgot I was going to do the homeless count. Oh well. We'll do that another day. It's kind of obnoxious. I already did it twice, so. So if you want to check out a channel, if you like just simple watching people ride their bikes, like commuting, like I do, but something a little bit probably less chaotic and kind of relaxing. There's a guy, his name's William Campbell, and he lives in Los Angeles and rides his bike to work every day in LA. But it's not, and he listens to music, but it's very, it's not loud and overbearing. But my God, that's cold. He rides a Rad Rover bike and e-bike, and he does talk a little bit, but not very much. And when he does talk, it's very, very soft, and you can't really hear him. So that's kind of it kind of sucks to not be able to hear him talk. But if you turn up your volume, you can hear him. Which way do we want to go? Let's go this way. But he just started riding his bike to work again, and I kind of had forgotten about his channel. He doesn't have a lot of subscribers. He has more than I do, but he doesn't get quite as many views. But you know, he's not trying. So his channel is just his personal channel. You know, probably just to have some, you know, I don't know. It's like probably a creative outlet for him, you know. So his videos are probably 45 minutes long, and they're in three different. You know, when you're recording on an action camera, you're gonna have like 3 videos when you're recording. One will be, you know, depending on what your settings are and what camera you have, you know, it'll be like 2 or 3 videos. So he'll do 1 of 3, 2 of 3, and 3 of 3. And the title is always just the date. It's very organized. And he listens to music like KUSC, a lot of stuff from the 80s. And I don't know how he doesn't get copyright stuff for it, but I don't know how that works, like if your channel's not monetized, if that matters or not. The footage is decent. It's not like, it's good quality actually, because the quality is good. There's a lot of, I think he uses a chest mount. There's a lot of motion, you know, a lot of back and forth kind of motion with his body. But it's not too bad. But I think he takes pretty much the same route every day. But I guess he stopped for a while, so like I said, I hadn't been watching him for a while, but last night I watched his channel again. I was like, this is pretty good. Very relaxing. It's like good, yeah, if you're on your computer or something and you want something on your TV in the background, it's kind of cool. And or if you want to just kind of get off into a zone, it's kind of cool for that. But back in January, he was in a biking accident. So he was in LA on that same bike, and can't remember the scenario, but I saw the video. Somebody ran. He was riding, and he was turning, I think, right. Yeah, he was turning right, and somebody ran the stoplight or the stop sign in an intersection at night. Just went right through it, and he saw him, and he was turning, and he was braking, and he crashed right into the car. I think probably the right front of the car, I can't remember. And he ate it, you know. And of course the car kept going. And so I guess he stopped riding after that. I know he made some videos after that, like his bike wasn't totaled. It just like kind of bent the handlebars, I think. I can't remember exactly what the damage was, but he ended up stopping, and I heard him talking about it last night, and the 19th, I think, was his first ride So after he got hit, I think he tried to keep riding, and he had gotten PTSD. I thought that's what he said from the accident. So he had stopped riding, but started riding again on the 19th of this month. So William Campbell. And he works also on the weekend at Bunker Hill. So they have that little train cart that goes up the hills at Bunker Hill. I guess we'll just stay on Main today. So I guess up here where they're always doing cleaning up the encampments up here on this bike trail that runs along the railroad tracks. I read something on Facebook, I guess. I can't remember, maybe it was Instagram. So there's the railroad tracks and then there's the bike path, and obviously the city of Santa Ana is responsible for the bike path, and then one of the railroad lines is responsible for the railroads. So there's kids that use that bike path to get back and forth to school, and school's starting back up again. And there's people, obviously, that have been complaining about the encampments down there. And for obvious reasons, their kids are walking to school. I don't know what ages they are. I wouldn't have my kids walk to school, but you know, their kids are getting exposed to all the shenanigans that go on down here. So, you know, open drug use, and you know, that's probably the primary one. So that's why we've been seeing so much activity down right here. So they've got the trail all cleared up. There's a guy that's been documenting it, though. He's been documenting it for a while. So the city's teaming up with whoever is in charge of maintaining the that railroad tracks area. Looks like we might have another overdose down here. Typical Tesla maneuver. What the fuck are you doing? dumbass. Just wait. All right. A pretty mellow ride so far. 37 minutes. Oh boy. Wow. I'm tired. Got the bus coming. Got the bus coming. Oh no, it's not a bus, it's a diesel. Hill climb. So one thing I've never learned to adjust, not in a long time, is my derailleur. So it works, but sometimes I can hear it dragging. So I need to take a look at that. Sucks. I don't like getting trapped right here. Go. So when I do that, it's not some kind of brazen move to or an act of impatience. It's sitting in that intersection is not safe. Sitting in any intersection on a bike isn't safe, so we get out of that. All right, well, thank you for watching my video, and we'll catch you on the next one.